We're going to start with football, though, Wolf, and we're going to start with the Cardinals.
I have to interrupt you.
I was going to say, that's not
honestly,
fair.
Right now,
throw that out
just
there.
say that right there. Just tell me, Basin, honestly, if that wouldn't be the coolest thing that could possibly happen early in September. Here it is, early fall, Basinonians. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing if suddenly the Diamondbacks were in it, right in the middle of it? Okay.
Well, they're in the middle of it now. I
haven't allowed myself to go there.
That's fine.
Luke.
They got 3 in Minnesota this weekend. The Mets have 3 against Texas this weekend.
At least win the series.
I did check to see, hey, could Merrill Kelly help the Diamondbacks out this weekend? He's not pitching in that series against New York for Texas.
Good. I'm glad you did that, Luke.
But obviously the Diamondbacks still need to help themselves. Otherwise, this is irrelevant. But the Mets are certainly helping them quite a bit.
Okay.
All right, the Arizona Cardinals, Wolf, 1-0.
Yeah.
Home opener on Sunday. What would a win mean for this team? The difference between 1-1 and 2-0. Because I think if you're 2-0, it gets harder and harder for people to be like, well, yeah, but you should have beat those teams. No, who cares? Like, you know what? You're 2-0. That's who cares.
Yeah, I think it's how you go out and play. I really do. You know, we're talking about playing 17 games in the National Football League, and I don't want to minimize any one game based on earnings. I do not want to do it. Have there been teams that have started poorly? Have there been teams that have struggled early and then created a season for themselves and changed their season going forward? Yes, there always will be that. I think with this team specifically, I could be dead wrong. I could be dead wrong on this, but for me, I think with this team, trying to blaze a trail, trying to say we are going to be better this year than we were last year, I think that this game takes on more importance than a normal Week 2 game. This is a team they should beat, in my opinion. If, in fact, you're going to be this team that is going to be a playoff team, I know it's only Week 2, but in September, this is a team they should beat, just like New Orleans. That was a team they should beat. They did. They beat them. Was it close? Yes, it was. Was it much closer than what we thought it was going to be? Yes, but they got the W. I would say this is the same situation. This is a team they should beat. No excuses, especially at home. If you don't, there's a bigger downside than there is upside.
I agree with you with that. And if you want to show me that you're seriously a different team than you've been, beat Carolina specifically.
And it's not only about showing us. It's about proving it to themselves, Luke.
But I'm saying Carolina specifically. Every year it's like, hey, maybe they can't beat Carolina. Okay, well, what's Carolina? They're below average. If you want to show yourselves, especially because you just played them at the end of last season when you were clawing your way back into it or clawing your way out of it, however you want to look at it. They were still in it when they played Carolina, and that was kind of the knockout punch.
Game.
Yeah, and again, and I do think there's value. You want to show your fan base that this is different than previous years. I believe it's different. You believe it's different. I think a good chunk of the fan base does, but there's also still a chunk of the fan base that they could start 7-0, and those fans would be like, big deal, they're going to go 7-10. Like there is that. It's beyond proven. It's like I'm never going to believe anything good. Well, if you want to start to show people this is different, beat the team that always derails your season, seemingly.
Yes. One of the offseason narratives, I think, surrounding Kyler Murray in his game specifically was that Kyler Murray needed to improve the layups. The easy, don't always try to do something spectacular. Just be okay with being bored, so to speak. Hit the check down. Be able to do that. Hit the mundane. Hit the corner route. Go ahead and throw the dig and be able to do that. Hit Trey McBride on an out. Handle the mundane and do that well because we know he's got exceptional ability inside him. He can make incredible plays out on the field. Make the layup, man.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because unless I'm trying to figure out a way where this statement I'm about to make couldn't be true. And I think the only way would be is if Teterow McMillan is an all-time great already. Like if he's just, you know what I mean? Like he's going to be a Hall of Famer and he's going to show it right out of the gate. Otherwise, and I'm assuming that's not the case, Otherwise, if you lose to Carolina, it's because you did something wrong. That's one of those teams, right? Like if you're playing Green Bay this weekend and you lose to Green Bay, well, Green Bay might be the best team in the NFL.
Right.
If you're playing Philadelphia, you're playing Buffalo and you lose, okay, you might have played a really good game and lost. Carolina right now is the quintessential, if you play well and do the mundane things, you're going to win the game.
You should.
If you lose, you probably allowed Carolina to walk through the door, and then they did. That's probably the path to losing.
Yes, I think, once again, the downside here for the Arizona Cardinals is much bigger than the upside. Yeah, win the game, get to 2-0, and everyone's going to say, well, you should be 2-0. You should be. You should have beat the Saints in week 1. Exactly. Go ahead and take it. But, man, can you imagine? And I'm not talking about what we're all going to say. I'm talking about the confidence level inside that locker room. And don't talk to me about, it doesn't matter, Wolf. These are NFL players. Are you kidding me? They're very confident people. Knock it off. Just tell you right now, you go out and play against a guy who's better than you. Go out and do that and see how you feel when you get whipped by a dude you know is better than you. So to me, again, it starts with the individual confidence that is inside that locker room, and then it amounts to a collective confidence. And that's important, winning and growing as a team. The downside for this, if they were to lose this game again at home against the Carolina, the downside is bigger than the upside.
You will absolutely hear the phrase, same old Cardinals, whether it's fair or not, if they lose to Carolina at home. If they beat Carolina at home, you're right. A lot of people are going to be like, you should be 2-0. But you know what? You'll be 2-0. Look around the league, like Detroit or Chicago, one of them is going to be 0-2. Teams you feel like you're going to be competing with for a playoff spot. We'll get into this more throughout the show, but like Washington's 1-1, and I don't know if they look great so far. There's no givens outside of, I would say, Buffalo, Green Bay, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. Those are like your 4. Like these teams are really good. Everything else is kind of wide open behind that. So if you're 2-0, that's all you can do through your first 2 games.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.